Hello, hello all. Welcome, welcome. We're so glad you're here. And you will notice that Sharon is not here except in spirit. And we wanted to tell you that she is doing remarkably, incredibly well after a knee replacement operation yesterday. Some of us spoke with her this morning, and she's a star patient. She's being treated incredibly well. She is in no pain. She has a beautiful room overlooking nature, and it's hard to imagine she could be doing any better. I did want to tell you something that she wanted me to relay to you. She said that she has had such a palpable sense of being held and loved by us, by all of you who are here, all this family of light that we have grown and continued to expand with. And it had come to her that once we're connected with the net of light, we are always connected with one another. And I don't know if she had had a clarity about that before, but it's certainly very clear to her now, and she wanted me to mention that. She also thought that perhaps some people would be distressed that they didn't know she was going to have the surgery and could be saying, oh, well, I could have been praying. And she said, you have been connected with her. She feels it. We're always connected. And when we send out prayers to someone, those prayers, because of this connectivity, this hologram that we are in this universe, these prayers go to every person, every situation that needs the prayers. It's not just a personalized thing to someone. So she's having some very powerful deep understandings or maybe elaborations on things she's known for a long time. But she just wanted me to tell you the great news and let you know how much she loves you and appreciates you and does thank you for your prayers. And so today, it is the same three people that met 2 weeks ago, Kate and Phyllis in California and Peggy in Alabama. And Kate is now going to do a different sort of welcoming to all of you. Thanks, Kate.
Thank you, Peggy. Okay, I would like everybody to take a deep breath in through the crown of their head and have it move throughout their entire body. Go down through the soles of their feet and go into the center of Mother Earth. Breathe in life and love and the grandmothers. We invoke the grandmothers now to come and join us in this work as we link our hearts through the powerful connectivity of the great net of light. As we feel our love pulsing forward into the net of light, going to all those darker corners, forgotten corners, and to all who need. And we link our hearts and feel the support of the grandmothers ever at our backs. At this time, we will now welcome each of the 5 elements into our net of light meditation. We call on the great element of ether, mysterious, connective tissue throughout the cosmos and throughout time.
And We call on the element of earth, the grounding principle, the earth that we stand on, and that comprises so much of our physical form. We thank you and we bless you, earth.
We call on the element of water. Water, who makes up most of our bodies. We call water, and we call water home to our body.
And we call on the element of fire. Think of our heart fire, a true empowerment for our beings in this dimension. The warmth, sun's rays. We thank fire, we bless it, and we call it home.
We call on the element of air. Air, the invisible bearer of life, of oxygen toward us all. Air that blankets the mother of our planet Earth and makes our lives possible. Air that holds rainbows and fills our lungs with life-giving force. And we see these elements now coming together in a great harmonious dance, a joyous dance in the net of light within us and among us. We see the net of light now moving out across the earth, going to each living man, woman, child, bringing each that which they most need.
And we cast to each and every person who lives, especially those who may feel hurt, angry, separate, walled off, fearful, and let them know that they are included in this great family to which we all belong.
We cast also to the light workers. May we feel our connection and the joy of our connection as we continue to move forward in this blessing work.
We cast to the legions of the guardians, protectors, the avatars, ascended masters, all of the great ones who teach us, have taught us throughout time about our own divinity within.
We cast to Mother Earth herself, the nature spirits, the joy and intelligence that permeates nature, and our partner, and as we partner each other in this commitment that we have to working with Earth and supporting and being part of its changes.
We cast to the animal kingdom all of those beautiful beings that share this world with us and give us so much, so much. They give their own lives for many of us. And the dear ones that we call our pets bring us endless joy, smiles, and laughter. And to all of the wild ones, we thank you and we honor your presence here.
We cast to the plant realm, to the green world, where we breathe in what they give out and they breathe in what we give out. We cast to the trees, to the every plant, every variety and intricate family. And ask that they receive what it is that they need.
We cast to the mineral kingdom. We cast to all of the sacred mountains and sacred sites, all of the structures that amplify the work of the net of light. And so in all of the seen realms of this beautiful planet that we inhabit, Gaia, Pachamama, Mother Earth, it's all the same. To the seen worlds and the unseen worlds on this world and beyond, we cast the net of light and love through all dimensions, throughout time and space.
May everyone in all the worlds be happy. May everyone in all the worlds be happy. May everyone in all the worlds be happy. Oh, peace, peace, peace.
Thank you, sisters. For people who've been attending these Earth Balance Response Team meetings, you know that we've been working together in a very directed and deep way since August. Working with the elements after the grandmother sent out an SOS that we must take very seriously, the difficulties that our planet is facing. And the dire difficulty at that time was the fires that were raging across Northern California. And so the first element that we worked in a very concerted way was fire. And we worked with air and water and earth and then fire again and ether. So we've had a deep dive, if you will, into each of them. And today, the major work that we're going to be doing is exploring the harmonizing among the 5 elements, outside us, outside our physical bodies, and inside our physical bodies, and how they are all joined in this beautiful dance that Kate spoke of earlier. So we're going to explore this weaving together of the elements in harmony with one another, both inside and outside of us. So we wanted to have a discussion amongst the three panel sisters here about our individual experiences of harmonizing the elements in our daily life that we began in earnest last August. So who would like to start?
I will. I will.
Thanks, Phyllis.
I have, as I have said to you, I've called the elements for many years. And what I have experienced since the time, I guess it is August, I really didn't know how long it's been, but yes, it must be since then. I have a feeling of, it's within me now. I feel a member. That's the word that kept coming to me when I was thinking about this. In the remembering that we have been doing, I feel a membership within me, like they're part of me. I am a part of it. And how I work with it in a daily basis, a couple times during the day, it's more of a regular touchstone place for me to check in. At night when I'm going to sleep, sometimes during the night when I wake up, in the morning, in my morning rituals. And just during the day, sometimes, I'm visited by noticing my perception, like light. For instance, yesterday, light was hitting a particular plant in such a dramatically gorgeous way. I just looked at it and it's about receiving the beauty, I guess, more consciously for me, the beauty, which is the balancing. That's how I perceive it. That's how I experience it. So it's become a focus for me. And it's not, it helps me not be distracted by things in the world or things in my life that could be quite distracting. So I feel solid isn't the right word, because there's always movement, and there's always the balancing is always dynamic. It's never static. So I don't know what the word would be, but I'm present with them. And there's a sense of belonging in me that is different.
Phyllis, your experience is so similar to mine. It sounds as if what you're saying is that there's a much more conscious awareness. Instead of it being background music, so to speak, it's much more front and center. You're much more attuned and aware. And that's what my experience has been. I remember those first instructions from the grandmothers back in September. Along the lines of, we will be working intensively with you with the elements, and it's essential that you focus in your own heart and open to the growing harmony of the elements within yourselves. And once you do that, that will be outpictured, my words, not theirs, outpictured in the world. And you'll begin discovering that there's a much more harmonious resonance going on. And I've always been well, not always, but for a long time, have been so drawn to what I consider an essential truth about the Hermetic principle: as above, so below, as within, so without. So that what my own inner self is a microcosm of the larger macrocosm. And you put 7 billion human beings on the planet, and that's a lot of microcosm going into the macrocosm. So if we are each doing our part of harmonizing, what a beautiful foundation for a whole different approach to living in this world in a viable, joyful manner.
Yes.
So yeah, I just echo what you were saying about the conscious awareness of it. And that's what I wanted to share with you. So Kate, tell us about you.
Well, yeah, I'm sitting here. When you came to the word presence, Phyllis, that's the word that I was feeling of my experience. It is the surprise of suddenly, just simply, without any, I don't have any experience of intellectual activity. I'm just suddenly in nature or in the world. There are no barriers. I almost feel like I dissolve into the scenery that I am loving and sending love to. And I just look at a bird soaring and I'm there. And I too have had many infinite numbers of reveals in nature when I walk. I walk every day in this beautiful area here in Southern California, in the hills and the wild chaparral. And it's got so many dimensions. It's not just visually beautiful, it's fragrant and it's filled with life. And there's messages to me in every single leaf and in every single cloud formation. And just eat it up. I don't know. I think I'm just talking and talking, but I have felt more and more that in the quiet and the ability to slow down during this time of the pandemic and not be as distracted by the busyness of whatever, fill in the blank, whatever you do normally or would have done normally or whatever. I mean, we all know that whatever we had as our contemplative practice pre-pandemic, it changed and grew profoundly in the time. And I think it was a special gift of the quiet and the slowing down, this beginning of working with the elements and starting to feel this membership, this dissolve into the great oneness that we all are. And to feel, for me, the sense of community, of being really known in love by the natural world. The sense of my friend, the tree Esmeralda out front, and and seeing how much they respond to the love. So yeah. I also wanted to say that I was sitting here this morning because I was trying to do the assignment kind of the harmonizing of the elements. And I thought it was so interesting to think that the way the elements work together to create cycles of life and death. And I was thinking about the fire of the sun causing the waters to evaporate and move into the air. So the fire on the water into the air moving over land again, and then releasing the water down onto the earth, interacting with the earth, and then bringing forth life. And I thought, that feels like a really lovely dance of the elements. And I just wanted to share that.
Oh,
Beautiful,
so
beautiful.
yeah, yeah. So I think that the trio of the panel sisters have had some very different qualities of the experience, but very much the same thread. Just much more.
Beauty,
Yeah.
beauty.
Yes. Yes. With awareness comes the sense of awe and beauty.
Yeah.
So we have prepared a song for you.
Yes.
It's one song that even if you haven't been working with the grandmothers very long or very intensively, but most people have heard of the elements in the body song. So we're going to do our own little brief rendition. So
Shall I kick off or are you?
oh, you're gonna kick
Take
off.
me.
Okay. Earth in our body,
Water in our veins,
Air in our breathing,
fire in our hearts,
ether
air in
in
our
our
souls.
souls, ether in our souls. So, before we get into a bit of an experiential practice, a meditation at the end, I wanted to read something that we were all, we being this little panel, and Sharon as well, when we shared it with her. It's a poem from the Radiance Sutras that came my way in September last year. And it's so glorious. And I wanted to share it. And I hope that we can all feel into it, not just take it in intellectually, but feel into it. The air I am breathing was exhaled in ecstasy by an ancient sun. This earth I am standing on was born of cosmic fire. The blood flowing through my veins is as salty as the primordial ocean. The space permeating my body is infinite as the space all around. Above, below, to all sides, within, the elements of the universe are engaged in their ceremony of delight. This is my religion. The attraction between suns is the same as the love pulsing in my heart.
We're going to go into some silence for a few moments at the end of this time. And you know your way into your quiet, you have your ways. So close your eyes and ask the grandmothers to show you how you might expand your relationship with the elements. As you come out, feel your body, sense how your body is feeling and where you are experiencing the sensations, the messages, and receive this gift from the grandmothers. And the gift will continue unwrapping itself and revealing itself to you in the coming days. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you, everyone who is holding etheric hands in this group this morning. And thank you, Peggy.
oh,
Thank
thank you, Phyllis. Thank you, Kate. Yeah. So everyone, we will see you in 2 weeks, and pretty sure Sharon will be here then.
Yes.
So much love to all. Thank you
Love
for
you.
being here.
Bye.
Thank you for the beautiful work you do for all of us.
Yes, thank you. Bye.